Have you ever been trapped in a cycle with a toxic narcissistic person? Like where you would break up or he would break up with you, and then a little bit later you guys would get back together. And this would happen over and over and over again. I've talked to different clients that have been in a relationship for years, that have been breaking up and getting back together 20, 30, 40 times. Like it just becomes the norm. Like every couple of weeks, of a couple times a month, of like whatever it be, like this would happen. Sometimes even on a set day almost. Like it would come down to like a complete cycle. But have you been to a place where you've been out of the relationship and the narcissist slowly started to reel you back in, start to connect with you, start to bring you back, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, this wasn't a good idea. I'm like back at the same place. Okay, now we're breaking up, and it keeps going back and forth. Maybe you're unsure just how to navigate, how to actually move through this situation and protect yourself of getting sucked back in. Now, when we talk to this aspect of getting sucked back into a narcissistic abusive relationship, a lot of times the term and the word that we use is called hoovering. Now, hoovering comes from the idea of the Hoover vacuum, okay? To getting to a place where it's sucking up the dirt, okay? A narcissist will hoover you by trying to suck you back into a toxic relationship. At this point, you're supposed to feel and act like you no longer have a choice. Like this is just who you are. This is just what you do. You just get with this person. Like this is your soulmate. So why would you even leave? And narcissist wants to suck you back in so that you don't have time to actually heal, to be able to grow, and to be able to get clarity about the situation. Narcissists will do this over and over to try to win you back over a period of time to make themselves feel better. Or if it was your decision to leave and they want to get out, maybe to even get back with you and to break up with you again so that they're in control of it. Sometimes narcissists will continue to push you away, and they've done this so much in the relationship, it's a reverse Hoover. So they don't even have to do anything. They just know, I'm just going to break up with her. She'll come back about 3 days, boom, on my doorstep. Okay? Narcissists will do this after they've already conditioned you in this push-pull throughout the entire relationship. So it's important first and foremost to understand that this cycle happens. Like it does happen over and over and over again. Where narcissists will regurgitate or recycle different supplies. This is why it's important to go no contact. Why it's important to make sure that there's no door opening for narcissists to actually come back in your life. Like that gives you capacity to heal. We talked about that just the other day. So with the aspect of recognizing it, you have to recognize that a narcissist wants to suck you back into the relationship. And that Hoover does not mean that they care. That Hoover is all talking about control. When we look at this aspect of Hoover being not care, but control, it helps paint it in a different picture. A lot of times people will be like, my narcissist must not have cared about me because he didn't Hoover me. No, that means the narcissist just showed his true colors and didn't care about you to start off with, and then showed it by continuing to move forward. Because the fact of a narcissist not coming back into your life doesn't mean that he actually cares about you. All it means is control. Let me figure out how to get back in this person's life to control, to manipulate, to get what I want, whatever it might be in that exact moment. Whether that's admiration, attention, money, sex, whatever it might be. So you need to be able to understand and to recognize when a narcissist is trying to suck you back into the relationship. They're going to use a lot of different attempts. One of them is going to be love bombing. Okay, putting this great feeling in your mind of like, oh, he's actually got it now. Now he wants to spend time with me. Now we're going on dates. Now we're doing all these things. See how long it lasts. A lot of times with narcissists, it's like a flash in the pan. You're not going to see true transformation. But these small modified little change behaviors to try to look good and try to connect with you and try to get you back, but you don't actually see this long term. So one of the aspects is love bombing. The other piece is gaslighting, making you feel like, wait a second, like this wasn't that bad. Like, why would you break up with me? Why would we not be together? Like, we're soulmates. We're meant to be together. So like gaslighting you and making you feel like what you experienced in the past wasn't really abuse. Like, wasn't really, like, I never hurt you. Like, you know, all these things the narcissist is going to say, wasn't really abuse, so it can't be that bad, so I leave. Then you also have the aspect of guilt tripping, where the narcissist is going to use another manipulative tactic of like, you'd leave me now? Like, how could you do this to me? Like, hey, we've been apart. I really just want to be with you because you're my person. You're the one that's helped me so much. Like, I feel like I'm whole when I'm with you. All these different aspects. Okay, trying to guilt trip you and manipulate you into coming back, into staying with them. Okay, narcissists will do this where they play the victim I'm the victim here. I'm the one that's getting abused. I'm the hurt one. You need to come back to me. We need to get back together so that I can heal. Maybe we can work on this together. Maybe we can go to couples counseling together. There's so many different pieces with it. Okay, they're going to go through this phase of trying to manipulate you back into the relationship, often using the aspect of future faking. It will be better. I promise I'll do this. I'm trying to get help. I'll go to therapy. And you start to hear some of the same things that you said in the relationship that you wanted, but they're unwilling to actually give you them. Here's the thing you need to understand loud and clear. When a narcissist starts to do the things that you've always asked them to do without prompt and without cause, it's because the old style of manipulation no longer works and they need to change it up. In this regard, it is more devious, more awful, and it should hopefully sink in a little bit more, is when the narcissist does this. Okay, when he starts to fulfill all your dreams and desires at the end of the relationship or after a Hoover attempt or whatever it might be, understand that when he does that out of the blue, it's because he already knew. If he already knew, that means he had a choice. When having a choice, he either decided, do I give this person what they're actually asking me to help with, or do I not? The majority of you don't realize the narcissist knows exactly what they're doing. They're choosing to not give you attention. They're choosing to not give you validation. They're choosing to hold back from you. They're choosing the things that they want to do or not do to you to manipulate you to get what they want. That's it. Narcissist knows what they're doing. He knows. He doesn't do the same things to his boss. Doesn't do the same things to his parents. Doesn't do the same things to the next person, the next supplier, because he changes it up to try to look better. Narcissist knows. But you have to be able to recognize this. You have to recognize that they know and that they're just trying to get back with you. Okay, so wherever you might be, maybe in the place where narcissists is showering you with compliments, promises, affection, like making you feel like they've changed. They distort the facts, deny abusive past behavior, or make you question your own perception of like, well, it probably wasn't that bad. He's saying it wasn't that bad. It probably wasn't that bad. Also playing the victim, like portraying themselves as being the one who's been hurt and they need your forgiveness. They need your compassion. Trying to be able to flip it around so you feel bad. So we need to be able to understand when the narcissist is trying to hoover you back, one of the aspects that's going to help, one of the telltale signs is take the relationship off the table. Don't let the relationship be the reason that the narcissist temporarily morphs themselves to look differently. When a narcissist oftentimes realizes that the relationship has zero chance, typically through no contact, because otherwise they think they can still get to you, has zero chance, they start to get to the place of like, okay, maybe I'll just go to the next person. Now, does this happen all the time? No. Some get really obsessed and stalk. Okay, and then you go protective order, custody, all this kind of stuff. Okay. But what happens is when you start to do this, when you start to learn how to set healthy boundaries, when you start to learn to start putting aside of like, wait a second, like this is the direction that I'm not going to go. You start to communicate your needs and say, okay, if you're not willing to actually meet me in the middle, if we're not willing to work on this together, this isn't going to work. Narcissist then paints himself as a victim. They then try to be able to spiral out of like, wait a second, you said we do this. I can't believe you do this to me. All these different aspects. Setting clear boundaries is essential in dealing with a narcissist because they're going to try to come back into your life. Now, the majority of the time, these clear boundaries just simply look like no contact. Blocked, ghost, go no contact, change your phone number, change your address, change your location, whatever it might be. Because you have to get to the place where you have capacity to actually heal. One of the reasons why a narcissist gets you back is because of your unwillingness to stay like extremely consistent on your boundaries. If you're not extremely consistent, like consistent, okay, then the narcissist knows if I keep pressing this button, eventually the button will stick and I'll get what I want. That's it. Because the consistency is key. Making sure that they don't get back into your life. They don't hoover you back into a toxic relationship, which is why you take the relationship off the table to see how they're actually changing. Are they changing to keep and manipulate the relationship, or are they changing because they actually want to change? Is there an actual transformational process that's happening in their life, or is it just brief modification to appear better, to look better, to get certain supply, to get certain things, to get a certain outcome? Or is there actually true transformation? When you take the relationship off the table, a lot of times the narcissist will stop working on themselves because they don't actually see anything wrong with themselves. They're just modifying it. One client I talked to, like when the narcissist like changed and modified for about like 3 months, and then finally he just lost it. He's like, I'm tired of doing it your way. I'm done. Because he was only trying to modify himself for the relationship for that person. Not because he actually saw there's a problem. There's an issue. I never wanted to acknowledge that I had an issue, that I had a problem. So it always had to be someone else's problem. The narcissist will put anything and everything against you and on top of you to try to get you back, to try to confuse you. This is where you have to start focusing on you, on your care, on your healing, on your development, and by getting people that are healthy around you to help support you in this process. This might be getting a part of a community, understanding and connecting with another survivor that actually knows exactly what you've gone through, and also just sitting down and listing out, these are the facts. These are the things that he did to me in the relationship. And if I go back to him, if I let him back into my life, I'm accepting these. And I'm saying, hey, this is what is going to happen. Because it pretty much always does. If you're at the place where you need help with this, you can click the link in the bio, escapetoxicity.com, to start moving forward in your healing process. If you're like, hey, I'd rather work one-on-one with a coach or get involved in a high-level community that's actually helping people move forward every single step of the way, like we'd partner with those people as well. You can go to rawmotivation.com. Would love to be able to talk to you. Love to be able to help you in your healing, your growth, your change, and your development. If you haven't already, message people this. Share this, like it, rate it, review it if you're listening on the video or if you're listening on the podcast, whatever it might be, to try to help spread awareness about narcissistic abuse.